All right, so we're gonna do something a little bit different this time. It's gonna be a bit of a longer car talk. So instead of doing, like two kind of shorter car talks, we'll do one longer car talk at the beginning, and it'll be like, probably 15 minutes. It's about how long it's gonna take me to get to the gym. So, yeah, there's that. But I did record a little bit of a car talk before this, and essentially my sister texted me and needed me to pick her up and take her home, so I just figured I'd redo the car talk, but I didn't really say anything, so it wasn't that big of a deal. Goran! 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 Sorry, that's my friend Silas. He's he's been looking like one of my buddies that I know. He's a foreign exchange student named Gora, and I don't know where he's from, Gora, but I want to say he's from Spain. His accent kind of sounds Spanish, but I could be totally wrong too. I don't want to obviously say his last name, but his last name does sound a little Spanish maybe, but I'm really not too well versed as far as kind of traditional Spanish names go. I mean, obviously, I can kind of more unique Spanish names. I can kind of I can tell when you got a traditional Spanish name. I can tell that name's Spanish or whatever. But older Spanish names, I don't know. I mean, but you can kind of tell when you got. I'll dox him, I'll say it. Carson Kappas looks like he's getting yelled at right now. So that's kind of funny. That kind of made my day. But not really made my day necessarily, but that was still funny nonetheless. But yeah. Yeah. One of my buddies looks like another guy, because they both have buzz cuts, and so and their head shape is oddly similar, and I never realized that because Silas, the guy who we're calling Gora now, this is just purely out of a teasing buddy kind of intent, but essentially I never realized that Silas's head shape was like Gora's until Silas buzzed his hair. So I don't know. I just never realized that, and they look really similar because they both have buzz cuts. They got very similar head shape, and so yeah, yeah, a lot of crazy stuff going down lately. I don't know. It's been kind of an eventful last couple days. I know we're getting a bunch of my buddies are getting buzz cuts at the end of the year, end of the year before football kind of starts up, and so that's gonna be fun for sure. We're just gonna buzz our hair in the middle of class, and so definitely looking forward to that. I want to do it in either my math class or maybe I don't know, maybe I think the other teacher that would have, so the one teacher, the reason I want to do it in math is because the teacher there, the math teacher that I have is I don't think so. He'd either just not react at all, or he'd kind of react, but he wouldn't show that he was reacting, and he'd just be thinking in his head, or he'd just question me, or he'd get mad at me, like he'd be like, "Why did you do this? You just created a distraction for the entire class." So yeah, I don't know necessarily how he's going to react. But my English teacher, on the other hand, she probably think I'm an idiot, but she would also probably find it very funny. So, I either want to do it to my math teacher, English teacher, or I've also been throwing the idea around of doing it to my chemistry teacher, who is he's a very like a college professor type guy. He structures his classes a lot like college classes are structured. And obviously, the workload isn't as much, but he said it's about 75%, between like 75 and 100% of the pace of what a college class would be. So it's not quite college class pace, but there's some points in time where we're learning a little bit faster, and some points where we're learning a little bit slower. But as far as pacing goes, it's somewhere between like I said, like 75% and like a full paced college class. So as far as pacing goes, workload's probably a little bit lighter if I had to just take a wild guess. But he places a lot of emphasis on the labs too. So like we do about 2 labs a week, and then the other days, so we kind of cycle. We have periods. Okay, this lady's just riding my ass, even though there's this person in front of me who's going like 60, and I don't know what she wants me to do, because we're going to the speed limit, and she can just suck my freaking balls. Okay, how about that? Yeah, just suck my balls. Some people, man. Sorry, I just went on a totally off-topic tangent there. And I know that you guys are just viewing this, if you're lucky, maybe the day of. If you're unlucky, the next day. So, it's not exactly like you guys are watching this live, but try to keep me accountable. Like I know some of my buddies are watching this, so if you hear me cussing and stuff, I want to kind of like lower my lower how much I'm cussing. So if you hear me cussing in the videos and stuff, feel free to call it out. Just write a comment down below. It's something I'm trying to work on. So yeah, but I don't know. Some people just don't deserve a license. It almost looks like she's on her phone, to be honest. And I don't want to get like away from her by going up close to this person, because then that's really unsafe. Technically, right now, if I were to brake check her, it'd be her. She'd still like, if she only had liability insurance, or if she only had I forget what the coverage is. It's like the second one, but if she didn't. If her coverage wasn't great, I think if I were to brake check her, she'd still be responsible for the accident. So, she looks like she may be in a hurry, so you never know what people's situation is, but I mean, realistically, we're going 60, and she's probably not going that much faster. I'm not willing to go much more than 60 because I'm not trying to get pulled over. So, you guys are probably going to watch she wildly speeds past as soon as the left way is clear. So, yep. But I will say, probably I'll take my pre-workout now. Oh, by the way, I don't know if I said something, but I got a 28 on my ACT. And that was kind of nice. Yeah, not great. 28's not amazing, but it's not necessarily a good score, but I'll take it. I got a 31 on math, so 31 on math and 30 on science. That's all I cared about. Oh, and I got a 9 on my writing. So, and for anyone who's confused about writing, you may be wondering, oh, how'd you get a 9 out of 36 on your writing? You must have just wrote a sentence. Well, it's scored out of 12. Actually, how it works is it's less of a percentage and more of like the closer you are to 12, the more, like, the higher of a percentage. It is, because what is going on? Someone's just, man, this has been an eventful drive up. Holy cow. Someone's sitting here going like 40 with their blinkers on. I was going to try to pass them, but there's people over to the... I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to try. I don't want to... I don't want to risk it. But... and this is brutal. Thank you. Guy was really nice. Pulled over the edge so we could pass him. So that's the kind of drivers that we need, man. Those are the kind of people that we need. People who, when they know they're in the way, and they know that they're, you know, kind of causing problems, they try to make it a little bit better for everyone. They try to fix it. And sure, you could say the same thing about me. Now, I was in the way, but mind you, I was going 5 miles over the speed limit, which is over the speed limit, and I couldn't get a ticket for that. And this lady was, you know, I don't even know, maybe 10 feet behind me, just really, like, riding the back of my car. Like, she could probably sniff my exhaust fumes. And, so I feel like that's where, you know, she was definitely in the wrong there. But, you never know. I could be totally wrong. Maybe, you know, maybe the speed limit's 60 and I'm only going the speed limit. In that case, it would be totally my fault because I'm just trying to be a law-abiding citizen. But that's not how we roll in Illinois. In Illinois, everyone is got a life or death situation and they're speeding, and they're speeding because of that life-threatening situation. So, yeah, that's how Illinois works, if you guys weren't aware. Anyone going the speed limit gets absolutely obliterated if you don't speed up. So, yeah. And don't even get me started on the interstates. Oh my goodness. I don't know specifically which interstate this is that we're coming up to. I could check at the sign, but man, this one is just like, it's like the Wild West. It's like Mad Max Fury Road out here. Like, this interstate, it's just like this section through central Illinois, this interstate is so crazy. You can't, like, you couldn't catch someone from Illinois going like less than 10 miles over the speed limit. Like, I kid you not, probably everyone is going 85 down this road. Even the truckers are going pretty fast. So it's I-57, in case you guys were wondering. I-57 along this stretch is just across central Illinois. Is just this stretch of central Illinois, at least, is just, you know, really wild. It's like it's a party of the worst drivers ever, and they're all heading up to Chicago, like, or most of them are, at least. It's so basically this is feeding everyone from like Springfield up to Chicago. So you get all of the worst drivers heading up to they're trying to make the trip from Springfield to Chicago, which is probably like a 5-6 hour trip. They're trying to make that trip in like 2 hours, going, you know, I'm gonna go. Yeah, that was a good decision. They were trying to make a 6-hour trip in 2 hours. So that's kind of, you know, as far as Illinois goes, that's the gist of it. So, yep. But I will say, it is kind of nice because those few days where I am kind of late to church, I'll just I'll find a pack of cars that are going like, you know, 80, and I'll just stick with them, because, you know, what are you gonna do with it? I mean, what's the cop gonna do? You know, it's not like he's, you know, cop's not gonna be able to pull us all over. So I know don't take that advice. Don't take that advice. Don't use crowd protection as your don't use that as like your way to get away with speeding. But if you're late to church and you find a pack of cars, I'm not saying to do it, but it's less of a risk and you get there a little bit earlier. So take that as you will.
Oh, sorry.